All right, Seyi Anifowose joins us. He's a world record holder, Guinness World Record holder. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
I deliberately did not tell them what record you're holding because I want you to do the talking yourself. So, but when we have record holders, we had George Essend the other time. Now we have you, so it's a familiar territory.
Right.
You're going to hold your record.
Okay.
So let me read what is there and then. This is Guinness World Records for certificate. This certificate is for the largest gathering of teachers, is 5,082, and was achieved by Seyi Anifowose. Let there be teachers and 1 million teachers, all Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria, on 20th of September 2025. Tell us about this.
Okay, so...
We just wanted to put this on record.
Right.
Our own record.
So I'm a teacher, and I've been a teacher for many years.
How long have you been?
Over 15 years. And I feel that there is a lot more that can be done about the teaching profession, right? The national policy on education says that no nation rises above the quality of its teachers. And personally, we feel that there is a lot more that needs to be done about the teaching profession. And so the Let There Be Teachers Conference was a global platform that we created to begin to speak to the issues around the teaching profession, to begin to amplify the voices of teachers. So we gathered thousands of teachers at Tafawa Balewa Square on the 20th. And I mean, this record says 5,000, but indeed we had over 15,000 teachers in attendance from across Nigeria. But of course, you know, this 5,000 was verified based on teachers who can actually prove that they are teachers. So these people came with their certificate, TRCN certificate, employment letter. So those were the people that Guinness actually verified. So here we are, the largest gathering of teachers in the world.
And so some would ask, what difference did it make, you know, to gather teachers, the largest gathering, when the issues still remain: poor remuneration, lack of training for teachers? So what difference has this made to the teaching profession?
All right, so as I said, number one, that conference was a platform. So we wanted to create a platform that can begin to help us amplify the voices of the teacher. So, and that was achieved. So number two, the conference was a journey, not a destination. So we've done the conference. What comes after? And that's what people have been asking. And so this is what comes after. So we produced a communique. All right, I've been to the National Assembly after the conference, and I'm going back to the National Assembly. When I went to Abuja, I was unable to meet the minister. Of course, so we're making an arrangement for me to meet with the minister and then the chairman committee on basic education. So this communique has been given to the TRCN registrar, who was in attendance. She came to represent the minister. So our next steps is this communique that we're going to be using to engage the National Assembly for policy reform. And there are certain things that we're asking for. And that's what you talked about. All right, we're saying that the curriculum must be changed. We need teachers to be involved when you are designing curriculum. The curriculum is just a document. Teachers are those who understand what should be in the curriculum. And so when you want to design the curriculum or when you want to redesign the curriculum, teachers must be there. And then we're asking for increased education budget allocation. All right, and then we're asking for elevated entry standards for education programs. For instance, when students write JAMB, when they write JAMB and then they pay the cutoff, say for you to go to the university, you must have at least 200. And then for you to go to the Polytechnic, you must have at least 150. Or for you to go to the College of Education, you have 100. We want that order to change, because our colleges of education are not a dumping ground. Even when you want to go to the university, if you want a course and you didn't get that course, they take you to the Faculty of Education. So what it means is that our faculties of education, colleges of education have become dumping grounds. And we are saying no. So we want the entry standards to increase. So we are going to be engaging JAMB and other stakeholders. And then we're asking for public holiday for teachers on the World Teachers Day. So we have about 5 things that we have on this communique that we're going to be using to engage the National Assembly. Possibly before the end of the year, we're going to have a major stakeholder engagement in Abuja, and we're calling all of these people into a room to engage for the change that we really need.
I will only say we wish you well in all of this, but I was just looking at the budgets of the federal government in 2025 budget. I know that defense took a chunk, almost 5 trillion. I know that infrastructure came next, and then education was about 3.5 trillion. So there has been some level of, it's not there yet, but some level of increase as far as the budget allocation is concerned. But let's talk about welfare. Welfare is critical. In fact, it is because of welfare that we now have people that are hustling through that path. As you mentioned, people just choose teaching because it's just a way, a means to an end.
It means, absolutely.
What do you think an average teacher, let's start with primary school, should be earning in today's Nigeria? And then we can talk secondary. And so we'll fight the battle of the senior boys.
Well, so the welfare of teachers is actually at the top of what we're advocating. So we're going to serious advocacy for teachers, right? And we're asking that the welfare of teachers must be top priority to this government. And you mentioned that the budget allocation has increased. Yes, but it's not up to the 20% benchmark by UNESCO. So it is still way behind, and we're asking for more. So we want the welfare of teachers to be top priority. For instance, I can say that Lagos State is trying when it comes to the salary of teachers, but if you go to private schools, what many teachers are earning is really, really terrible, right? In 2025, we still have teachers earning 50,000, earning 70,000. What does a teacher do with 100,000 in 2025 in Nigeria with the way things are increasing every day? And so a teacher should not be earning anything less than 500,000 in Nigeria today.
Should teachers be paying tax?
I mean, everybody should pay tax, right? But of course, that's the policy of the country. Everybody that works in this country must pay tax. So it's not about paying tax, but how do you pay tax from something that's not even enough for you in the first place?
And when you say Lagos State is trying, what does trying look like?
I mean, I would say that Lagos State is a state that is actually taking care of the welfare of their teachers. They are celebrating teachers. You know, if you go to Lagos, if you go to SUBEB and Ministry of Education, they have programs to ensure that teachers' welfare are being taken care of. But of course, there is always there's a need for more, right? We need teachers to really, really be at par. In fact, we don't want teachers to be at par with other professions in Nigeria. Teachers should be above all other professions. You know, the teaching profession is the only profession that produces all other professions. So when it comes to the level of where teachers should be, they should be above every other profession.
All right. As we wind up very quickly, in 60 seconds, tell us how the Guinness World Record has transformed your career.
Well, it has given us access, right? Which is what we need. We want to be able to get access to engage. On Monday this week, I was on a courtesy visit to the governor of my state. I'm from Ekiti State, and then that visit gave birth to a platform where he wants me to engage with the Ministry of Education to see how we can do to transform. So that's basically what this has done, giving us access to be able to engage.
Seyi, Anifowose, raise that thing again. It's your record. Nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah.
Largest gathering of teachers, 5,082. Thank you for coming on.
And I need to thank Channels TV. Channels TV was our official media partner for this conference.
We're always here to support you whenever and wherever.
Thank you.
That's why we're ubiquitous.
Absolutely.
All right, that's it on the program. Thank you so much for your time. We wish you a very beautiful weekend. Bukola is very happy, I can tell you that.
Oh, Jeffrey. Why did you have to rub it in again? Thank you for being there. Of course, Channels Television has got you covered all through the day. Sunrise Daily is up next. I am Bukola Kulka. Bye for now.